kind of predictions of where platforms are going, and this is readily available information, but just for purposes of reminders, I need to remind myself of the exact percentages. But in terms of where Gartner sees things going in 2012, they actually see Symbian continuing to take about 37% of platform market share. Symbian, however, is for feature phones. It's like a feature phone driven operating system. So when we talk about smartphones, we talk about application availability, contextual applications, browsing, GPS. That typically is not available, or all those capabilities aren't together available on Symbian phones. So if you sort of cut out Symbian from that consideration set, Android is expected to take 18%, BlackBerry about 14%, iPhone 14%, and then Windows Mobile about 10%. So, and again, I'm not sure if these stats were delivered before or after Windows Mobile 7, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens there and if they can sort of come back into a more dominant position. But in terms of cross-platform development, one of the things that Adobe is very actively trying to address is for the developer who's developing applications and content, we want to try to eliminate some of that complexity. So even if you look at only the top 4 operating systems, you've still got 4 operating systems, 4 kinds of target device OSs that you have to create your content for. So if you're creating a widget, such as a productivity widget or a dieting widget or something that lets you keep track of whatever it is that your hobby is, or games, if I'm the person creating that and who wants to make money from that, I have to develop it 4 times. One of the ways in which Adobe is trying to solve that is by developing Air, which is a cross-platform runtime that would eliminate some of the complexity of developing 4 times. A developer may still need to do some minor customizations for each different screen size, or in order to customize what the application will do a little bit for each phone, depending on what that phone can do. But Air is our initiative to try to eliminate some of the complexity for the person developing that widget. The other way in which we're trying to create standardization is with Flash as a web browsing plugin. So you're probably all familiar, hopefully, with the Flash player, but it's effectively a plugin to the web browser. And if a website's been developed in Flash, or content is being streamed in Flash, such as with YouTube, if you've got that plugin in your mobile browser, you can consume all that content from the web. And so we're actively working with OEMs and others in the ecosystem to make sure that that Flash browsing plugin is readily available, so you can get Disney.com when you hit it with your mobile browser. So trying to definitely recognizing that complexity, and Adobe's trying to sort of create, I won't call it an abstraction layer, but some facilitation so that it's easier to develop content, easier to get content in mobile.